In the glittering, star-dusted world of post-war Los Angeles, dreams were manufactured on studio lots and sold to the world. But in the cold winter of January 1947, that dream factory produced a nightmare. A story so dark, so disturbing, it would stain the very fabric of Hollywood forever. This is the story of Elizabeth Short, the woman who would become known as the Black Dahlia. Her journey began like so many others. A young woman with stars in her eyes, drawn to the magnetic pull of Hollywood, hoping to see her name in lights. Elizabeth was 22, beautiful and full of aspirations. She drifted through the city, working odd jobs, always on the fringe of the fame she so desperately craved. She was a face in the crowd, one of thousands chasing the same elusive dream. But fate had a different, more gruesome kind of celebrity in store for her. On the morning of January 15, 1947, a mother walking with her child in a vacant lot in Leimert Park stumbled upon a scene of unimaginable horror. What she first thought was a discarded mannequin was, in fact, the severed body of Elizabeth Short. Her body had been meticulously bisected at the waist, drained of all blood, and scrubbed clean. Her face was carved into a grotesque, permanent smile, an eerie grin that stretched from ear to ear. The press, seizing upon the sensational details and her penchant for black clothing, gave her a nickname that would become immortal, the Black Dahlia. The murder of the Black Dahlia wasn't just a crime. It was a media circus. Newspapers plastered her face on every front page, spinning tales of a promiscuous party girl, a tragic victim, a Hollywood wannabe. The public was both horrified and fascinated. The case became an obsession, a dark reflection of the city's own anxieties and hidden desires. The brutality of the crime was so extreme, so personal, that it suggested a killer with a deep, twisted rage. The Los Angeles Police Department launched one of the largest manhunts in the city's history. Detectives waded into the murky underbelly of Hollywood, a world of speakeasies, casting couches, and desperate secrets. They interviewed hundreds of people, jilted lovers, shadowy doctors, small-time criminals, and powerful studio moguls. Every lead seemed promising, yet every path led to a dead end. Elizabeth Short had been a ghost even in life, floating from one acquaintance to another, never staying long enough for anyone to truly know her. Her life was a puzzle, and her death was an even greater one. The investigation was further complicated by the killer themselves. A series of taunting letters began to arrive at newspaper offices. The sender, calling himself the Black Dahlia Avenger, seemed to revel in the chaos he had created. He mailed a package containing some of Elizabeth's belongings, her birth certificate, social security card, and an address book with several pages ripped out. He promised to turn himself in, but he never did. He was a phantom, a voice from the shadows, mocking the police and playing a deadly game with the entire city. Over the years, the list of potential suspects grew to an astonishing length. There was Dr. George Hodel, a prominent surgeon whose own son, a retired LAPD detective, later claimed to have found evidence linking him to the crime. His medical knowledge would have allowed for the precise surgical bisection of the body. Then there were the dozens of men who confessed, desperate for their own moment in the twisted spotlight. Over 60 people claimed responsibility for the murder, but each confession crumbled under scrutiny. The police were drowning in a sea of false leads, rumors, and outright lies. The deeper investigators dug, the more they realized that Elizabeth Short wasn't the simple, innocent girl some portrayed her to be, nor was she the femme fatale the tabloids created. She was a complex and at times troubled young woman trying to survive in a city that could be as cruel as it was glamorous. She had connections to military men, movie industry insiders, and even the criminal underworld. Each new piece of information only added another layer to the enigma. Was the killer someone she knew, a stranger she met in a smoky bar? Or was it something more sinister, a reflection of the city itself, chewing up and spitting out those who dared to dream too big? Decades have passed. Files have yellowed, witnesses have died, and the city of Los Angeles has transformed. Yet the Black Dahlia case remains unsolved. It has become more than just a cold case. It's a modern myth, a cautionary tale whispered in the shadow of the Hollywood sign. The story has been immortalized in books, films, and television shows, each trying to piece together the fragments of Elizabeth Short's life and death. Her image, that hauntingly beautiful face with the sad eyes, has become a symbol of Hollywood's dark promise. The idea that the pursuit of fame can lead not to a throne, but to a slab in the city morgue. Who was the Black Dahlia? She was a daughter, a sister, a friend. She was a young woman who loved movies and wanted to be a part of their magic. She wanted to be seen, to be remembered. And in the most tragic way imaginable, she got her wish. Her name is etched into the history of Los Angeles, not in the bright lights of a movie marquee, but in the dark ink of its most infamous unsolved mystery. Her story serves as a chilling reminder that beneath the glitz and glamour, there can be a profound darkness, and that some secrets, like the ghosts of old Hollywood, never truly die. They just linger, waiting in the shadows. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into one of history's most compelling mysteries. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the unknown. See you next time.